The future of water polo, what's coming next in our game, discussed last week at the World Water Polo Conference in Budapest, plus the NCAA tournament field is set next on the counterattack. Hi everyone, Greg Mescall here. Thanks for joining us on a brand new counterattack. Thrilling finishes in women's college water polo this past weekend as 7 NCAA bids were determined. Perhaps the most exciting, UC Irvine, Hawaii. Check it out.
And going the short way, UC Irvine wins it.
That's a big game winner for Kara Borkovic. Irvine 8, Hawaii 7 in the 3 OTs. From there to Bucknell, where Michigan and Princeton met for the CWPA title. The Wolverines win it 11-8. Everybody into the pool. Michigan moving on back west, Golden Coast Pacific. They defeat LMU 10-6. Tigers heading back to the NCAA tournament. To the MAC and Poughkeepsie, New York, Wagner, their 5th straight conference crown. They topple Marist 10-7. To the west we go. It would go to overtime between USC and Stanford, and the women of Troy continue their hot streak. They defeat the Cardinal 13-12 in overtime. Staying in SoCal, Skyac, Pomona-Pitzer, Cal Lutheran. It's all Sage Hens, 8-2. They are headed back to the NCAA tournament. And last but not least, the WWPA, UC San Diego, again champions. They defeat Cal State East Bay 12-2, the 6th straight title for the Tritons. That brings us to our USA Water Polo National Collegiate Rankings. The top 10 not that different from a week ago. USC stays at number 1 after winning the MPSF title. The big movement, UC Irvine up to number 8 after taking the Big West crown. Michigan and UC Davis round things out. Playing games are set for May 8th at USC. First up, Pomona-Pitzer, UC Irvine, followed by UC San Diego and Wagner. That's a rematch from last year. It'll take us on to the quarterfinals. May 11th, also at the Wee-Tang-Soo Aquatic Center. Number 1, USC. Number 2, Stanford. The top seeds will be in action, all culminating with the championship on May 13th. Water polo on TV. The playing games likely to be streamed. Information will be shared in the coming days. And then from May 11th through May 13th, every game live on ncaa.com. Make sure you tune in. From this past weekend to last week in Budapest, Hungary, where the FINA World Water Polo Conference gathered some of the brightest minds in the game to figure out how to improve the sport of water polo going forward. USA Water Polo well represented. CEO Chris Ramsey, women's national team head coach Adam Krikorian, Team USA captain Maggie Steffens, all on hand. Here are some thoughts from Coach Krikorian, who gave an address at the end of the conference, and Maggie Steffens, who was involved in a panel discussion.
We came here for open and honest discussions and dialogue as to how to make water polo a sport we all love, more dynamic, more appealing, and more successful, not just for this generation's, but for the future generations. We also know that we do not have the luxury of waiting for generations to change. We must move forward with a sense of urgency, but with the understanding that proper change never happens overnight. We must be obsessed, and I repeat, we must be obsessed with the details along this journey and to try to do things right at every single turn.
I love water polo, clearly, and I think that if people watch it, they too will fall in love. It's similar to basketball, it's similar to football, it's got swimming, rugby, hockey, every sport is part of water polo. And we, at least on the women's side, a lot of our summer competitions are kind of in the same place every summer, which is understandable because I know with money and hotels, it's difficult to host it in other countries or the pool space, so I understand that makes it difficult. But I think if somehow coming together, and I have no idea how it really works, but I think the more we can kind of spread out those dots of big tournaments, maybe even more people come because it's not there as often.
So be sure to visit FINA.org, get caught up on all the happenings from the World Water Polo Conference, potential new changes to the games, things that are on the way ahead of the 2019 FINA World Championships in South Korea. Events coming now on the USA Water Polo calendar. First up, May 19th, Del Mar, California, the USA Water Polo Gala Tickets available now at usawaterpolo.org. Be there to honor some of the greats of the game, our national award winners, 5 retiring Olympians, and 3 deserving legacy award winners. We hope to see you at the Del Mar Marriott this coming May 19th, and we also hope to see you June 8th at Hotel Irvine for the 2018 USA Water Polo Hall of Fame induction luncheon. 5 deserving honorees headed into the USA Water Polo Hall of Fame. This is a star-studded induction class. Brenda Villa, Heather Petrie, Chris Humbert, Guy Baker, Scott Hinman. Tickets on sale now at usawaterpolo.org. We hope you can join us for both of these great events. And last but not least, we close things out with our social media send-off, the very best of water polo on the internet. We appreciate your involvement. Tag us at USAWP. Congrats to 3-time Olympian Merrill Moses, inducted into the Jewish Sports Heritage Association Hall of Fame this past week in New York. Merrill posting that via his Twitter account. We mentioned the gala there will be honoring Don Brantley, the voice of water polo, called his final match this past Sunday. A pretty good one for the Don, that 3-OT thriller, Hawaii and UC Irvine. The FINA World Water Polo Conference, our own Chris Ramsey was there. Some thoughts here via his Twitter account. Excellent feature on Casey Bursch, the Princeton Tiger goalkeeper, also involved in the Army ROTC. You can watch the entire piece on the Princeton Twitter account. Here's a small sample.
Choosing the military was definitely an interesting decision, and one that has kind of taken a long time to culminate in joining ROTC. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to go to West Point actually, and then it just worked out that, in terms of academics, flexibility, athletics, I ended up choosing here, and I could not be more thankful or grateful that I chose this.
And last, we've got to show you these two. This is the right look for a couple of water polo folks representing Salt Lake City, Utah, the Olympus Aquatics Water Polo Club via the SKOLY Polo Instagram account. And that is the best of This Week in Water Polo on the Internet. Thanks for your submissions. Again, keep sending them in. Use the hashtag counterattack. Tag us at USAWP. We'll share what you share to us. That's all for this week's show. Thanks so much for watching. And don't forget, when you're on the counterattack, look weak side.